Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel! It's the weekend! What new games are you going to be playing? Let me know down in the comments. The big new release this week is, of course, a new Assassin's Creed game. But I've actually had my eye on the early access release of Wreckfest 2, which also came out this week. And I've really been thinking about trying a game called Wanderstop, which I've been reading a lot about. This week, however, I played through a game called While Waiting, and I thought I'd let you know a little bit about that game in case it's something you might want to try. Waiting is a universal experience. It's something we all do. I don't need to explain waiting to anybody watching this channel. You know what waiting is. And it's been said that life is what happens while you're waiting. But how you deal with those quiet moments, the time between things, that's not something that's generally investigated in video games. Video games are about action, about motion, about choice, interaction. How do you make a video game about the quiet moments between those things? That's what the creators of While Waiting are attempting to do. This is a game that covers the life of one normal person, from birth to death. And it looks at key moments throughout that life when the person is waiting for something to happen. You take charge of him during these moments, and there are some choices you can make. There are things you can do to pass the time. But another option is to do nothing. One of the badges or achievements in the game is to play through the whole game and do nothing but wait. Now, that's a hard thing to do. We get uncomfortable doing nothing. We look for ways to distract ourselves. It's funny because I grew up in a time before cell phones, and I learned a lot about myself and the world I live in simply because I had no distractions while I was waiting. And I think that is sort of what the developer is trying to get at here. And in doing so, they've created a really interesting game. Now, before we go any further, let's actually take a look at some of the gameplay. The game starts with a very honest tutorial. This is a long story about waiting. It may get boring at times. This might be helpful for you. The tab button, something to click, always fun, and some suggestions to keep you occupied. So the game starts with you waiting to be born. You're a soul waiting to come to Earth. There you are, waiting in line with all the other souls. And here is a list of things you can achieve on this level. Now, I could just wait to be born, but I don't want to do that. I'm getting bored. Oh no! I don't think I was supposed to do that. Oh, I achieved forked. So you get stickers if you complete some of these, what can only be called side quests. Of course, now that I've done that, I don't think I can get the do nothing. So this is not a game where you can just have one playthrough and get all the achievements. Because to get the do nothing achievement negates your ability to get any of the others. So you're looking at multiple playthroughs to try and get everything done. Eventually, though, you will reach the end and you will be born. And you will go to Earth and become a little boy. And level 3 is to wait for your breakfast. And you know what? I'm just gonna wait so you guys can see what this is like. Remember when I said one of the hardest things for us to do is to wait and do nothing? You're still here. That's impressive. Have I lost you yet? We're getting closer. Any second now. And there we go. Our toast is done. And what do we get? A sticker for doing nothing. Now the game has 100 levels. So for you to 100% this game means you would have to wait, just like that, for all 100 levels. Something that I don't think many of us could easily do. And that is exactly why the game gives us all these other things to do while we're waiting. Because at the end of the day, while waiting is still a game. And we need our games to be enjoyable and fun. So I took this flyer from the guy, and I bring it over here, click the space bar, and I'm going to take this flyer, and I'm going to stick it up on this board here. Right here. Oh, the bus came. Oh well, I'm going to take another one. And I'm going to bring it back. And I'm going to put this one here. And then I'm going to keep doing this. And eventually I'm going to cover this whole board and get, it's my bulletin board now. So figuring out these side quests that you get throughout the game, that's where a lot of the fun in While Waiting comes. And that is the core gameplay loop of While Waiting. The game takes you throughout the life of our main character. All these different moments in his life when he has to wait, and lets you choose what to do while he is waiting. And there's a nice variety to the minigames, and some of them are quite funny, like this one when you're trying to escape a boring presentation from your boss. No, don't make me come back. And the game takes you through our hero's whole life. Marriage, children, careers, all the way to old age, and eventually, your passing. Now, I'm not sure how widespread the appeal of this game is going to be, but I really enjoyed it. There are 100 levels that you play through in While Waiting, and it can get a little tedious at times. I wouldn't recommend trying to play through the game in one sitting. I think you'd lose your mind. But I think the game is both fun and thought-provoking, and that's a hard mix for a game to achieve. Now, the two biggest gripes I've heard about the game are that it's long and boring, which is why the developer added a button to speed up time, and that some of the challenges really would work better with a mouse. And I just read that the developer has heard that and has decided to add mouse support in a coming update. So if you're looking for something new to play this weekend, something a little different, take a look at While Waiting. I think this is a game that is a lot of fun and has something to say about our lives. But that's where we're going to end this video. If you guys are enjoying our reviews on the channel, hit that like button to let us know. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. It helps us to grow the channel, and you never miss an episode of content. We'll be back tomorrow with another video. Thanks for watching.